Welcome everyone. Let's get into it. We're going to be covering Ludicolo and Lombre. So, the first thing I want to address is actually something that is not that apparent. I personally really like Lombre. I like Lombre more than Ludicolo, and it did evolve via Stone, and so I figured, both of those things can mean that I can make it into a Violite Pokemon, or rather a Pokemon that is designed to be viable with a Violite. Obviously Ludicolo is incredible. We'll get into that in a second, but Lombre is also very good, and you could totally use a Violite Lombre if you wanted. Another good thing is that you can always evolve whenever you want with Lombre, but you can never turn your Lombre back into a Ludicolo. Excuse me, you can never turn your Ludicolo back into a Lombre, so that's pretty cool. But regardless, these guys are super sick and they have some really good buffs all around. So Ludicolo has the dual, Surge/Weather abilities in Drizzle and Grassy Surge. So with infinite usability capsules, Ludicolo either gets a 50% boost to his Water Stab or 50% boost to his Grass Stab, and that also, of course, supports your entire team. So you can run Rain teams with, Weather Ball and all this other crap on your teammates, Thunder Hurricane, etc., or Swift Swim, all that great stuff. Or you can run Grassy Surge with stuff like Grassy Guard, which is an ability, Nature Power, Grassy Terrain to get Energy Ball, Grassy Seed, the residual healing, also just boosting grass moves on your teammates as well. So either way, the abilities are great for Ludicolo itself, and they're good for team support. So very good abilities for Ludicolo. I think logically they fit pretty obviously. He is literally a Water Grass type. And I don't know, I just think it fits, they had Swift Swim, so they already had something related to the rain, so why not just give him Drizzle? And then Grass Surge. I don't know, I just think it's cool to have dual terrains/weathers. I think it's pretty cool when I can do it. Especially because the hack is designed around using that infinite usability capsule that you get at the start to change your abilities to match the situation that's coming ahead. However, what I will say is that Lombre retains Swift Swim, because I know people like Swift Swim and Ludicolo, and I like it too. So I mean, Ludicolo doesn't look like he would be a good swimmer anyways. But Lombre does, because Lombre, fun fact, is based on, I'm sure most of you guys know this, but he's based on a Kappa, which is like some mythological Japanese, I wouldn't say troll, forgive me for my illiteracy when it comes to mythology, but I know that he's some sort of yokai, I think. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but I know he's a Kappa, and I know it's like some type of water troll thing, and it likes to play pranks on people, and it's mischievous and stuff. And Lombre itself, even because here's what I'll say. The Kappa inspiration is enough for me to give it Prankster. However, the dex itself literally says, directly alludes to the fact that it's a Kappa. It says it's nocturnal, it'll get active after dusk. It's also a mischief maker. It says that word for word in its first dex entry. It has a mischievous spirit. If it spots an angler, it'll tug on the fishing line to interfere. The point is, several times it talks about having a mischievous spirit. So I think that's total justification for Prankster, and I think it really makes a interesting dichotomy between Lombre and Ludicolo. You can really pick or choose, because Lombre with a Violite is actually bulkier than Ludicolo. Lombre has 60, 60, 70 bulk, while Ludicolo has very solid 90, 90, 105 bulk. Both are very tanky. Of course, Lombre has to hold in a Violite to be tankier, but with a Violite, it is very tanky indeed. And I think that's just a really cool thing, Ludicolo, of course, in general, you have item freedom, because Lombre doesn't have to run a Violite to be good. It has a decent 80, 85 offenses, as well as a good 80 speed. It's actually faster than Ludicolo, and of course it has access to Swift Swim. So in the rain, Lombre is a monster. It's a very strong, fast Pokemon. And then in other situations, you're going to be running Prankster. Prankster is great for stuff like Tickle and Sweet Scent. Sweet Scent drops the special stats by -1. Tickle drops the physical stats by -1. So, attack and defense versus special attack, special defense. So those are great utility moves. Soak is really interesting and cool, especially because they are part grass. So Z-Soak will give Lombre and Ludicolo +2 special attack. So what you can do is you can use Z-Soak, get that +2 special attack boost. Of course, you also have Nasty Plot later. The reason I gave them Nasty Plot is because, Lombre is this mischievous Kappa-esque Pokemon, so I figured Nasty Plot fits pretty well. It's not that betting on Ludicolo, but who cares, Parting Shot is also there on Lombre, which is great for utility and Prankster, but overall, it's Tickle, Sweet Scent, Soak. Also healing moves like Synthesis are great. Leech Seed, Prankster Leech Seed is good. Prankster Ingrain, Calm Mind, Bulk Up. Those are great because those will give you a stat boost before the opponent can attack you. Same with Amnesia. So you get that stat boost before they hit you. You get that bulk before they can, attack you. I just repeated the same thing 3 times, excuse me. Yeah. Point is, Prankster's super awesome. It's very tanky, Lombre. It's also faster. It's not nearly as strong as Ludicolo, however, in the rain is very powerful. But outside of the rain, it's mostly a bulky utility Pokemon, which is really cool. And I like the way it turned out. And then Ludicolo, of course, is just a very offensive, also bulky and support Pokemon. With 90 105 stats are not that good on their own, but when you consider the boost from Drizzle and Grassy Surge, it's incredibly powerful. You also have access to dual stat priority with Aqua Jet and Seed Shot for physical priority, and Leaf Flurry and Bubble Shot for special priority, as well as Sucker Punch and Burst Impression for physical priority. So those are all great priority moves that you have access to. You have tons of amazing coverage. They already learned weird shit like Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch. They have dual stab, of course. They have fighting moves, psychic moves, fighting. I already said fighting. Play rough, you know, Shadow Punch, Shadow Ball, all kinds of great coverage there to hit everything you need. Ice moves, etc. Ground moves. It's got everything it needs. So tons of great coverage there. You can see all that on the side here. I'm not going to bother listing every single option out, but it has lots of good options. Also, this covet is the wrong color. There we go, much better. So yeah, that's really cool. Okay. As for Lotad, you know, it's an early game Million Island Pokemon, so it's nothing too crazy. But it is probably going to end up being the only mon with Rain Dish in the heck, which is kind of funny because Rain Dish is kind of a shitty ability, especially without permanent weather. It's just kind of it doesn't heal that much. But for early game, it's cute. You know, you could do like a very good Rain Dish, Rain Dance set with like Leech Seed. That would be pretty awesome. I like that a lot. I also like how their abilities change each time they evolve, but they're all related to the element in some level. You know, Rain Dish, Swift Swim, Drizzle are all obviously related to the rain, and then Sap Sipper and Grass Surge are related to grass. Obviously, Prankster being an odd one out, but Prankster is very fitting for Lombre. So I initially had Sap Sipper on Lombre as well, but I think Prankster is a lot cooler. Sap Sipper is very useful for early game on Lotad. It's a useful ability in general. Just being immune to that grass move is very nice. You know, lots of early game grass moves, even just being immune to Leech Seed and Bullet Seed, all that other stuff is very solid for that early game stuff. And then of course you'll be evolving in time for Hala, so it won't be irrelevant anymore. But yeah, Rain Dish is pretty cool. I like that a lot with Leech Seed and Rain Dance TM. You get that boost to your water moves, and then you can use Rain Dish and heal. You can also use Protect, which is a TM early game. So you got Protect, Leech Seed, Rain Dish, Rain Dance. I think that's a really fun thing you could totally do and be very stally because it does have a decent bulk for early game. Especially it has pretty good bulk for early game. And again, Lombre and Violet super tanky. Ludicolo is slower than Lombre, and Lombre has Swift Swim. However, Ludicolo is far stronger, and of course you do have priority. And Ludicolo has exclusive dancing moves. I did give Ludicolo every single dance move that I could justify. The only dance moves it does not have is Fiery Dance, and I believe that's it. I believe that's the only dance move I didn't give it is Fiery Dance. Let me just triple check right now. Dance moves that's still on the hack, of course. Lunar Dance, no Lunar Dance, no Feather Dance, or Fiery Dance. Yeah, those are the only ones. Lunar, Feather, and Fiery Dance are the only ones that don't make sense for obvious reasons. I guess technically he's a bird, so Feather Dance could work, but no, that's pretty stupid. And then, I mean, Dragon Dance is a TM, which is why I justified it. And then Quiver Dance is just a beautiful dance, technically. So I figured, you know, why not? Other grass types like Litigate and stuff have it, so the dancing Pokemon should be able to learn it. So Quiver Dance and Dragon Dance are counterparts to one another. They're the same move, but one of them boosts attack, the other one boosts special attack. Quiver Dance no longer gives you a special defense boost. That role is taken up by Lunar Dance, which is given to other Pokemon. But regardless, Quiver Dance is still a great boosting move with +1 speed and then +1 attack or special attack, depending on whether or not you're using a Dragon Dance TM or a Quiver Dance by level up. You know, either way, you're becoming extremely powerful, and you have tons of great physical and special stab options. They do learn physical stab options a little bit earlier. For example, Frenzy Plant, Waterfall, and Surging Strikes are a lot earlier than stuff like Seed Flare, Chloroblast, Whirlpool, Hydro Cannon, etc. You can check out what all these moves do in the description below. Keep in mind, I do have a very detailed guide to all of the move changes and all of the custom new abilities, of which there are, I believe, 28 of them, you know, 130 plus new moves, all kinds of really cool stuff you should be checking out in the description below. There is a link to the Google Sheets. You can check it out yourself. I don't want to dwell on it for too long and talk about every single little move change, but there is a lot of really, really important ones. So I would definitely recommend reading into that if you find it interesting, or that you, you know, if this kind of hack appeals to you. But yeah, point is, Ludicolo can be very defensive and it can be very offensive. Same with Lombre. Great support Pokemon, great bulky support, great fast offensive bomb with Swift Swim. It's really fun. It also can still learn Swords Dance and Calm Mind and Bulk Up and Nasty Plot. So Lombre still has good setup. However, Ludicolo does have Dragon Dance, Quiver Dance, and Blossom Dance, which are all exclusive setup moves that only it can learn compared to Lombre. So Quiver Dance and Dragon Dance are obviously incredible. You know, 90, 105 offenses, very solid, 90, 90, 105 bulk. It's very tanky and it's very strong with the abilities. But the best part is at level 70, which is just in time for the league and a couple of other, boss fights like Kappa, etc., you get access to Blossom Dance, which is incredible. I initially didn't want to give it Blossom Dance, but because that's more of a move I created for like mons that need it, like Beautifly and Sunflora and Jumpluff and stuff. But I figured why not give it to Ludicolo because he is the dance Pokemon. Also, his stats, despite being very solid, it wouldn't hurt to have that cool little option. Again, it's just soulful. He gets all the dance moves besides the obvious ones that don't make sense. You could argue, oh my god, he has Fire Punch, so why not give him Fiery Dance? But like, come on, dude, be real. I'm not doing that. It's too much for me to justify because it just would seem really goofy. Not that Ludicolo shouldn't be goofy. I mean, it is a goofy Pokemon by nature, but yeah. You also have, Blossom Dance. I didn't cover what that does, but I'm sure some of you guys probably already know. Blossom Dance is literally just an upgrade over Dragon Dance and Quiver Dance, so that's why it's like 10 levels later than Quiver Dance. Blossom Dance gives +2 speed and +1 to both your offenses, so it's essentially both moves in one, and you get an extra +1 speed. So 70 base speed at +1 is already very good. For example, Scarf Ludicolo is a great set that you might run for some boss fights just to outspeed certain things. Again, you also have priority, which is great on Ludicolo because your priority is boosted by your abilities. Aqua Jet, Bubble Shot, Leaf Flurry, and Seed Shot are all good moves for Ludicolo. But Blossom Dance is incredible, obviously at +1 speed. So I'm going to say with a neutral speed nature at +1 speed, you hit 358, which does outspeed Jolly Natured 110, I think 113 base speed Pokemon. So that's already very fast at +1 speed with the neutral nature. However, at +2 with the one Blossom Dance up, or an agility for earlier in the game, you have agility as well. And a couple of Z moves will probably also give you speed boosts. But the most impressive stuff is there, obviously. Where is this? Just looking at that calculator, yeah. You have 478 speed. So with 0 speed investment, you actually hit 352, which still outspeeds base 110. So you can run like a bulky Blossom Dance set with max HP or max to both your offenses and just run completely mixed, like all out mixed. Another benefit of being a mixed attacker in this hack is that you do have access to the instant EV training items. So not only can you swap your abilities at will with the ability capsule, but you can also swap your EVs at will with the EV training items. So for one fight you might need that physical bulky set. The next fight you might need a fast special offensive set. The next fight you may need full out bulk. Max HP, max FDF, whatever it is, you should definitely be tailoring your spreads for specific boss fights. That's definitely, getting the most out of your Pokemon. I think that's really about it. I don't know. This was a very quick video. I think I covered everything pretty thoroughly. Again, great setup moves, great coverage. The Soak is super fun. Tickle Sweet Scent is great with Prankster. Amnesia, Calm Mind, Bulk Up is great with Prankster. Leech Seed, Synthesis is great with Prankster. Even stuff like Substitute and that kind of thing is always good. Song is so catchy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Recycle, Trick. Recycle's already priority now, but I think Trick might be as well, actually. I forget what I did with all those obscure moves, but I'm pretty sure those are both priority now. But, still nice to have. Parting Shot is good. Taunt, Prankster Taunt is good. No screens, because I don't really see them using the screens, but still good options nonetheless. Even just prankster like a Violet, Prankster, Sunny Day, Rain Dance, Hail, or Grassy Terrain is good, just to get a team support going. Obviously Ludicolo has the instant Drizzle and Grassy Surge, but another thing is that the Damp Rock is buffed to give 6 turns, so Drizzle plus Damp Rock lasts for 11 turns, which is great for rain teams, and getting that long-lasting rain on your teammates. Again, Lotad is very good early game, Sap Super Rain Dish, then you get switched from the Prankster, you are faster than Ludicolo as Lombre, and you have good offenses, and you are bulkier with a Violet, but obviously Ludicolo is far more strong, and also bulkier without the Violet. Not to mention Assaultless Ludicolo is a very good set with like Giga Drain or Drain Punch or something would be pretty good. So yeah, that's really about it. I don't think I need to talk too much else. What am I trying to say here? I don't think I need to go more in depth about it. Tons of powerful stab options, as you can see late game. You got the ones that drop your offensive stats by 2, Frenzy Plant, Leaf Storm, Hydro Cannon, drop your offensive stats by 2, and they're either physical or special moves, 150 base power. Waterfall is water type close combat, Surging Strikes is the same but 90% accurate. Seed Flare is a great option, Whirlpool, Chloroblast, Petal Dance, all these moves you can see what they do in the description down below if you just check the changes for yourself. I don't want to list every single change. I'm probably going to shy away from doing that in more videos, unless the moves are specifically relevant to the Pokemon. All water and grass types get those strong moves for the most part, so it's not anything crazy, but not anything special, but it is very, very strong nonetheless, especially with the boosting abilities from Drizzle and Grassy Surge, or the rain boost from Swift Swim, or, just having Prankster for that utility. Really fun. Yeah, lastly, I will say again from the beginning, you cannot evolve your Ludicolo, but you can always evolve Lombre, so devolve your Ludicolo, excuse me. So I would recommend personally to keep your Lombre as long as you want, but of course some people love Ludicolo, some people, you know, there might be times where you need that stab boost, you might need that 90 105 offenses with Drizzle and Grassy Surge, you might need that. So you know, no shame in evolving at 35, but if you're doing a hardcore Nuzlocke and you want to be more strategic about it, you could definitely wait to evolve your Lombre past 35 and evolve it when you see that you need it. But you know, play however you like. I am a little bit biased. I just like Lombre's design a lot more than Ludicolo. I think Ludicolo is a little bit too goofy for my taste. But Lombre is super cool. I really like how, like, I don't know, he just looks like a cool fucking like mythological Kappa dude with like this cool hat, and I like his claws and his monkey-esque appearance. I don't know, I like Lombre. So a little bit of favoritism here, but obviously Ludicolo is still overall, I wouldn't say better, but I wouldn't say either one is better than the other. I'd say they're very different Pokemon, which is cool. You can kind of choose. It's like two Pokemon in one. Although you can't switch back to Lombre, you can always you can essentially use Lombre and then evolve when you need Ludicolo. So I think that's really fun. Revelation Dance is a good move as well. That is a 90 base power and has a 50% chance to boost your special attack stat by 1. So you know, that's a great. And it becomes water type with Ludicolo. Of course, that makes sense because he's a Dancemon. Z Teeter Dance gives +2 special attack, but you already have Z Soak, which is better, but you know, still there. If you deleted Soak for some reason, you can always teach Teeter Dance, and then you have Nasty Plot later on, and Calm Mind, and all this other great boosting stuff. So, yeah, tons of, I guess basically every relevant boosting move. Sorry, that's a wrong way to phrase it. It gets all of the general boosting moves. So it gets Calm Mind, Bulk Up, Nasty Plot, Swords Dance, and then Quiver Dance, Dragon Dance, and Blossom Dance, as well as stuff like Amnesia and Ingrain. So those are all really awesome. I think that's about it. I'm not gonna talk too much more about it. So yeah, lastly I'll say that soak stuff I said earlier is a little bit gimmicky, but it's very good for totems, for example. You know, that you get that Z Soak, and then you can Giga Drain and heal yourself up, which is really cool. You know, Giga Drain. After that soak, you get that plus special attack. So even, say for example, the Pokemon in front of you is a flying type, if you outspeed them, or if you're using Prankster Lombre, you get that Prankster Z Soak, you remove their flying stab, so now you're going to easily tank that flying move that they were going to use on you, or that, you know, poison move or whatever other move your type you're weak to. I believe they're only weak to flying, poison, and bug, right? Yeah, flying, poison, and bug. And they have good resistances, so solid, not that many, but solid resist nonetheless. But yeah, Z-Soak is super cool is my point, on Prankster Lombre especially, for that priority soak, and then you can Giga Drain all your HP back, because obviously a super effective non-stab flying move will still do a decent amount if you're not running a Violet, you know, so then you can Giga Drain all that HP back and get that super effective hit, because it turns them into a pure water type, so that's really cool. And it's very good with totems and stuff, so yeah, that's about it. Again, Tickle, Sweet Scent, awesome utility, Parting Shot, Taunt. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it off there. I don't want to talk too much else about it. That was not English, but yeah, if you're new here and you enjoyed this kind of video, or this kind of change is appealing to you, check out the description. Again, you can see all of these changes for yourself in the Google Sheets. You can also join my Discord server and talk to me in there, and talk to my, you know, other community in there. Not other community, you can talk to the community in there. I don't know why I'm wording things so awkwardly right now. Yeah, that's about it. All I ask in return is that you do leave a like and leave a comment on the video. That would help with the algorithm a lot. And also, if you listened this far and you're not subscribed yet, you should definitely be subscribed, because this kind of thing clearly is appealing to you. So, you know, definitely subscribe there. You know, share my videos with other people. That'd be really helpful too. You know, be like, yo, look at this cool hack. This is pretty sick. You know, if you think it is. Obviously, if you don't think that, then, you know, thank you for listening regardless. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it up there. Thank you so much, everybody, and goodbye.